Okay, this is all you will need, until which time I realize there's more stuff, and then I will tell you you need more stuff. So for now, you can screenshot this or pause the video and copy it down, and then watch the whole video, because I might discover this is not all you need. But just get some candles from the dollar store. Pick colors and scents that you like. And you know, if you only like one or two different scents, then get a few of each. And get glass containers from the dollar store to both melt and mix your wax and also to make your final candle in. So get a few. And popsicle sticks for your wick, if you want to make a popsicle stick wick. Popsicle stick wick. That is actually a really great wick. You wouldn't have known this, but now you do. Now, if you want to make a traditional wick with a string, you can do it this way. You might not find this at the dollar store. You want some kind of cotton cord, you want borax and salt, and if you don't want to do this, if you want to stick with the popsicle sticks, you still should get some olive oil. You might have it in your house already, so then you don't need to worry. But if you don't have it in your house, you might not find olive oil at the dollar store. You might have to go to one of these places. So the olive oil goes with the popsicle sticks. So that's one option. The other option is to make your own wicks with these guys. And the third option is to just buy wicks online. They're like super cheap. So we had these. The only reason we're using them and not making them from scratch, because from scratch is more fun, is because it takes about a day to make the wicks, and we want to get this video done today. So we happen to have somebody who already bought a bunch of wicks and said they come out to like 10 cents each if you buy a pack of them. So not a big deal. If you are going to do the popsicle sticks, all you need to do, take your popsicle sticks, put them in a little container, a little bit of olive oil. Don't worry about getting the extra virgin fancy kind if you're just using it for this. Any olive oil will do. And you want to simply lay them in here and let them soak overnight. That's it. After you let them soak overnight, take them out, wipe them off, and they'll have absorbed enough olive oil, and that will make them nice burning wicks. Now, somebody mentioned to me, if you do use this kind of wick, it makes a cool sound. It's not silent, or it doesn't make that look like a normal candle. It actually sounds like a very light sounding, like the same sound you would hear from a butane torch. So it's kind of cool, but if you want total silence, this is not the wick to go for. Now, if you're going to do make your own wick this way, this one you're going to need to get a pot. I'm going to draw it because I don't want to get a pot right now, or I might not have one. You want to get a pot, and you want to get your water hot, boil it, and then let it cool off a little bit. And you want 2 giant heaping tablespoons of borax and salt. 2 of each. And you throw that in there, let it dissolve, and then you cut your string, cut your cotton cord, the size you want for your wick. Make it go a little bit longer, because you can always cut it, and you don't want it to be too short. And throw a whole bunch in there, and they can just worm around in there. They can touch each other. It doesn't matter. And you have to let them sit in that solution for 24 hours, then take them out, put them on a paper towel, and let them dry for another 24 hours. Then you can use them. Then when you actually use them, you want to melt a little wax on the bottom of each. You want to put the wax in the bottom of your container you're going to use as your candle, and then you want to get 2 pens or 2 popsicle sticks or something, and use that to balance the string, and maybe wrap it around one of them so it's held straight in the middle of your container while you pour the melted wax in there, so your wick stays in the middle. So that's the 2 ways to do it. Or you can just buy wicks like this. So we bought wicks. We cheated, or we already have them. So we're just going to melt a little bit of wax on here, stick it in the bottom there, and then it's just fun. Then it's just pouring the colors you like. Now, if we're already taking dollar store candles and then just melting them and reconstituting them, how is that making candles? How is that not just melting and then hardening candles? Well, you are being an artist here, and this is the fun part. You get to melt different colors and different designs, and we're going to layer them inside our glass and make different patterns any way you want. And that way you can, instead of just having cherry or vanilla flavored, you can have cherry vanilla flavor. Or what, I think I have black raspberry back here somewhere. Lemon and lavender. So whatever, you smell them, see which ones you like, and you can mix them. You can mix them like every couple millimeters, or you can just have it half and half, where half the candle burns, you get one scent, and then you switch to the other, or, you know, just have fun. It smells so good, this black raspberry. Can you smell it? Now remove all the plastic parts, of course, and can you use the wick that's already in there and save it? Yes, you can. After you melt it down, you can use it. However, you might want your candle to be a little bit higher, and in that case, it's not going to work. But you can try to rescue this wick and reuse it, and that's another way to do it. Now, being that I've never done this before or even tried it, I'm going to say there's two ways you can break up your wax. One, you can just take your wax, put it in a glass jar, put it in the microwave, and melt it. And then you have that wax of this color, and then make sure you have a glass for each one and wax of this color. Go careful with the microwave. Try a few minutes, see how much it melts. Try a few more. Try it in small increments. Don't just rush right into it. Or you can have it the fun way, and don't have kids do this, but if you're an adult and you know how to do dangerous things, then take a hammer and put it somewhere where, like in a cardboard box or something, and just break it into chunks. And then you literally can just take the chunks and arrange them in your candle, and then melt that and let it just go together and see what happens. I'm going to try a little bit of both. Maybe. We'll see. My cardboard box set up with my little chunk of concrete, and let's see if this works. And if it doesn't work, then at least we'll say we had fun. So, aha! Candle is beating me. And it crushed the concrete. Well, candle wins. Candle 1, concrete 0. Let's try it on the plain hardwood floor. This is an old beat up tile floor. Let's see what we can do here. It's denting, but it's not breaking. Let's try with a drill bit. Oh, it's going. Ah, finally, success. All right. This is really easy, let me tell you. We have a hole in there. Let's try one more. Aha! Gotcha, candle. You won't outsmart me. I might break this bit, though. Okay, now that we got our cherry and our vanilla broken up, let's try method 1. I tried to peel that label off the bottom, but it's really stubborn, so I'm going to soak it and worry about that later. So right now, I'm going to take my wick. I want it to be straight in the middle. So I'm just going to get a tiny bit of wax and melt it to start. Hopefully this little bit from all my breaking will be enough. I could have watched a video and learned or Googled or something, but it's more fun to just take a wild guess. So let's just try this for 15 seconds and see what happens. I have one of those microwaves, you just touch a minute. Just touch one and it goes for a whole minute. But let's just let it go for 15 seconds and see. Nothing happened. All right, let's try 30. I can do 30. It's pretty talented. It's pretty talented. 30, heated up our glass. It's almost too hot to touch, but it did almost nothing to the wax. So we're batting 1,000 here. I'm going to put a tiny drop of water so I don't just heat up the glass. And we'll try doing a little bit more. Just grabbing it carefully with a glove this time. And it looks like something's starting to happen. All right, let's try another 30 seconds. Okay, now it's too melted and it's mixed with the water and I can't even tell which is which. But I'm going to drizzle a little bit in the bottom. Hopefully that'll cool down and we'll be able to use that to hold our wick in place. Look at that, it's just solidifying before I can do anything. Let's get the wick and scoop up some of that wax. There we go. Get in there, wax. Get that wax on there. There we go. I think I put it in the wrong container too. I wanted to save the square for something else. Let's get it in this. Wait, this is the one that had the water. Get rid of that water. Okay, I kind of got my wick to stand up in there, although I bent it and it's not playing nicely now. So I'm going to get, you're going to need your popsicle sticks anyway, unless you get 2 pens, but popsicle sticks will stay in place better. So get 2 of these, and this should hold your wick in place. If you have a string wick that's not solid already, you can wrap it around a pencil to hold it in place, but this should be good for this. Okay, now, I was thinking of putting all the chunks in there, but I'm just going to knock the wick all over. So let's just be happy we broke up the chunks. That was fun, but let's not even use that method. Let's just, let's melt all of the, I'm going to melt all the black cherry in here. And I'm going to melt all of the vanilla in this next cup. I'll take the wick out. At least I can do that much with all the trouble I did. Yeah, I'll just leave the wick in there because it's stuck. All right. So now that we broke it up, it fits much worse than if we had just left it as the little tiny cylinder it was. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. You don't want to make this too easy on yourself. You want to make it a little challenging. All right, I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to put them in the microwave. Oh, they look beautiful, like wax ice cream sculptures. Let's put them in. We'll try 2 minutes and see what happens. Two minutes did nothing. Let's try some more. We'll do 3 more minutes. Okay, the bottom is melting. Finally, success. Let's see how careful not to touch the glass. Ooh, it's starting to sink under my finger. Okay, all right, let's try. It says once you get it to start to melt, the one thing I do remember if I'm watching a video is once you, I don't remember how much to put it in, but who cares about that? It said once you get it to start to melt, you should go to 30-second intervals and test it. So you don't like make it boil and explode your microwave or something like that. So let's do another 30 minutes. I mean 30 seconds, 30-second intervals. I didn't say 30 minutes, did I? All right, starting to melt more. Let's do another 30. Okay, we have a good amount of melt on the bottom of each. Let me see. Yeah, the glass is pretty hot, so wear some gloves. And I'm just going to carefully take advantage at this time. Take what I have here. And let's, ooh, it's getting hot in my hand. Let's carefully see if we can pour this. Don't want to tip it so much that these big chunks come spilling out and ruin everything. All right, that's cool. I like that. I like that. All right, let's put this back in. Maybe I should have done one color at a time. Oh well. And let's do another 30. Come on, microwave. This black raspberry smells so good. Oh my goodness. Fragrances. You'll just be like smelling everything, like your whole kitchen or living room or whatever. It'll just smell so good while you're doing this. Now we want this to cool before we put the next layer on. But depending on how artsy you want it. Whoops. We don't want, why did I do that? Why did I tip it? Just trying to get the to come up a little bit on the side, the wax, but now I'm losing my wick. Wick is not staying in the middle. Stay in the middle, wick. Okay, maybe I should put a little bit of Scotch tape on each side of that. Here we go. Learn as you go. While we're at it, we should probably tape these pieces. Oh, I was checking something on my phone and that's solidified. Let's go see what we have in the microwave. Yeah, some nice liquidy fun. Let's put that on top. Oh yeah, whoa, almost lost a big chunk there. All right, now that was fun. I'm gonna tape these down here so the wick stays in the middle. Now that the wick is going to stay in place, I'm going to see if I can tip this a little bit and get, yeah, just get the wax. So I don't have stripes going all the way up. I'd like to have a little bit of movement, a little bit of variety. So if I can hold that like that and get that to kind of harden a little bit like that. This is fun. It's like a dance. It's like playing, like you do something, the wax does something, you wait for the wax to melt, then you wait for the wax to harden, and then you make a move, and then the wax makes a move. It's like you're dancing with the wax. And the wax is a very elusive but beautiful dancer. Can you see that? Starting to get it to come up the side there. Ooh, now it's right at that part where it's just starting to solidify. Look at that. It's just barely running. It's like an egg in a pan that's turning from liquid to solid. So cool. Look at that. Oh, it's going to look so cool on the outside now. Whoop. And come back down. Do a little more. I bet it's translucent too. Like it'll show through a little bit more and then a little bit more, a little bit less. And then you'll see the raspberry, the black raspberry coming through. Now we have a little bit, let's go in this, let's go right over here. I'll do one more. Oh, we're pretty much out of wax. Okay, let's put a little more of something. You thought I'd do more black raspberry, but I'm going to do more vanilla. Just fill in that spot there. I'm going to try to put this in the fridge to make it go a little quicker with the melting. Okay, now I'm going to try scooping a little bit of this wax here and actually painting the edge of the glass with it. See if I can get that to work. Okay, it's almost done. The top layer is still cooling. Let's see if we can finish this off in style. That looks like a cherry vanilla delight, I think. I say so. Okay, now we just snip the wick. We don't want the wick to be too long. Carefully. Ah, yeah. We are good. Make sure the wick is pulled up tight. And here we have our beautiful candle. Look at the way those little mountain range things formed. I was not expecting that. So now if I do this again, I would just drizzle the whole cup with the different colors I wanted. The dark wine color and then the white, and then I'd mix them and make a pink. And then I would just kind of drizzle the whole outside of the glass and then worry about whatever I fill it up with, you know, do some layers of each. But I was trying to get a little creative there, and it looks like kind of a catastrophe in the middle there. But I think it's a beautiful catastrophe. So you guys go have some fun and melt some dollar store candles and make some new combos of different colors. Again, you don't have to do 2, you could do 3, 4, 5 colors. I just happen to like the cherry and the vanilla. I didn't really like the other scents of the flavors they had, but that's just me being bougie. When I pick my dollar store style, I like it to be just a very specific type of scent. Anyway, you guys go have some fun.